Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Gorlock Sports Network. My name's Matt Rumping. I'm joined by
Kellen Furmanek.
And we got the final game of this three-game set between the Greenville Panthers and your Webster University Gorlocks. Gorlocks taking home the first two games of this set, looking to sweep the series here. Colt Armbruster will be on the bump for the Gorlocks. First batter up, Joseph Guzman for the Panthers. Been the one-hole hitter in all three games here in the set. He's quickly down 0-2. Here's the pitch. Just high. One-two hit on a line towards Greenville's bullpen. Guzman's had a couple nice plays here in this set at shortstop. Think of the double play from the last game where it was hit pretty much right to second, and he caught it as he was stepping on second and made a good throw over to first. He's worked his way now to a 2-2 count. The wind in the pitch. Checks his swing. Did he go? No, he did not. Or yes, he did. He won't even attempt to go to first, and he's just going to walk back to the dugout. So rule it a K for Colt Armbruster to start off the game, and that brings up the left fielder, Matt Rocco. First pitch just missing outside. That one will find its way in there. One fouled back. Rocco went 1 for 4 in the first game today, but scored 2 times. Had a double for his only hit of the day. The 1-1 from Armbruster. Curves inside, almost gets Rocco on the elbow guard.
Gorlock's had some trouble with the hit by pitch, especially late in the game. See the Greenville players leaning in a little bit.
Greenville made a pretty sizable comeback as Rocco takes a huge whiff, and he's going to be sat down for the second out of the inning.
Now batting number 2, Snyder Pennington.
That's going to bring up Snyder Pennington. Pennington 2 for 3, 2 walks and 2 RBIs. Had a great game in Game 1 earlier today. Looking to continue his success here. First pitch just misses outside. One-0 just clips the zone. The key for Webster being able to go up 2-0 in this series has been bullpen management. Only 3 pitchers that came out of the bullpen for Webster across these 2 games. Greenville is up to 9 different pitchers from their bullpen that have played just in the past 48 hours. See if they're going to have to use some repeat guys from yesterday in today's game. 1-2 from Armbruster. Misses low. Two Pennington thinks about it, holds up just in time. Now he has a full count. Wind in Game 1 was about normal for what we see here at Arsenal BG. It's almost died down to a stop, just a little bit blowing out the right as Pennington's going to hit a sky-high fly ball out towards Theodore in center, and he's going to glove it. So nothing going here in the top of the first for the Panthers. Going to head to the bottom of the frame, still tied 0-0. Back here to lead off the bottom of the first, James Theodore for Webster. Saw nothing going for the Panthers here, as we're going to start off a little conversation. It looks like maybe pitch comm not on the wrist of the starter for the Panthers, J.D. Bowser.
I want to give a shout out to Nick Wroblewski, who isn't in the starting lineup for game 2, but going through bracketology, he's 2,800th in the nation for the women's bracket for college basketball with March Madness going on.
And you just got to remember, millions and millions of brackets are filled out every single year. To be anywhere near what he's at right now is just insane. I believe you said he only had one pick wrong.
Only one wrong in the first round.
I had a bracket in 2022. I ended up being in the top 1,000 somehow because I picked St. Peter's to go on that run that they went on, and didn't do anything for me, but nonetheless, it was a cool thing to add to my cap as Theodore's going to foul that one off towards Country Bob's and right.
This bracket is for the group of the Webster Sports Media Analytics Club. Obviously, Wroblewski leading the charge there. And meanwhile, on the men's side, I am in dead last. Patrick Fuller at the number 1 spot. Ethan Chartrand, Kyle Knickrome, and Gabe McCrary all in the 2.
Theodore hits a deep fly ball out towards right, running around, but finally tracking it down is Parker Milligan. Milligan came in as a defensive replacement in game 1 today. Had some very nice defensive plays out there in right. And it's another good one there, trying to track that one down and make the catch.
Right behind second and 5th place, Wes Carter picking Arizona to go all the way.
You know, I'm really surprised he didn't pick Vanderbilt to go all the way.
Well, I haven't. So far, I'm regretting every second of my bracket.
That's all right, Kellen. I went from 5th place at the start of today to 16th. And I haven't had a chance to look and see what happened or who I messed up the pick for, but clearly it was someone catastrophic.
You know, I went to Raising Cane's last night after the Gorlocks win. It was 11 o'clock, and I'm having just a good time eating by myself, and then I see 5 well-dressed guys coming in with wonderful Gorlock T-shirts and their jerseys, whatever. It's Wes Carter and a bunch of his friends from the team getting much deserved after game snack. I'm not sure what they got. I left before I could see, but I had a box combo. It was good, very good.
See, I'm not really a Canes fan, but if I go there, I'm going to sound weird for saying this. Everybody always skips the slaw.
Yeah.
I get extra slaw.
Interesting.
I skip the fries. The fries are not very good there. I'm not even a big fan of the cane sauce. So
wow, that's the whole point.
I know. That's the thing.
You're just saying you don't like Canes, is what I'm understanding.
I mean, if I'm going to be honest, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not a big Canes fan. There's a place by where I live called Roll Up.
Mm-hmm.
Delicious chicken. Best chicken I've ever had. As Tristle's going to go down swinging there for the second out of the inning, bringing up 3-hole hitter Adam Mosier.
Now batting, number 9, Adam Mosier.
I'm from Florida, and we never had Canes where I was living, and coming here, I've absolutely loved it. It's expensive. It's a bit expensive, but it's a nice treat every so often.
I mean, everything's kind of expensive nowadays, especially like kind of more considered not fast food type restaurants, but like still fast food like Cane's and places like that.
I think you just don't know the method. I use the app for almost every. I've got a designated phone area for all my food apps.
Mosier's going to hit a line drive right out towards Landon Smith in center to end this one. No hits for either team in the first. We're heading to the top of the second, still knotted up as 0. Here to lead things off in the top of the second for the Panthers, it's Landon Smith. Smith had a rough game in game 1, 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts for him. First pitch fouled off. One's going to curl in for a strike. Good pitch there from Armbrust. Oh, 2 low and outside.
You'll have to tell me about roll up. What's its specialty?
So roll up, the main attraction there is it's roll up ice cream. So it's like the one where they put it on the cold stone. It's kind of like cold stone.
Okay.
So you put it on the cold stone, they scrape it up in little like
I've
rolls.
seen that kind of. Yeah.
They have that. They also have boba and bubble tea.
Okay.
And then they have like chicken sandwiches. They just added a burger, which I haven't tried yet, but it's a chicken place, so I think I'd stick with the chicken. But I haven't had a thing there that I haven't liked. So I definitely recommend it if you're anywhere in the Oakville area.
I would say I'm hungry, but we just had some brats from the concession stand here at Arsenal BG Ballpark.
Best brats I think I've ever had in my life.
They're
I'm
very
telling you,
good.
Kellen.
They're very good.
The bun that I had today on my brat was so incredibly fresh. And it was perfect.
Yeah.
It was a perfect mid-game snack at the ballpark.
I'm not a brat purist. I put ketchup on my brat, and I know that angers some, but that's how I like it.
You know what? And that's okay. We're not here to judge. 2-1 count, fouled off by Martinez.
Glad you aren't. 'Cause I'm not changing my ways.
Martinez also 0 for 4 in game 1 against Webster. Only one strikeout for him, though. Now he's down 2-2 in the count. Kicking the pitch. Laced into right field, but way foul into the bleachers. If there was an option for spicy mustard at Arsenal BG Ballpark, I would definitely go for that. But
That sounds good.
honey mustard, though, does the trick pretty well. 2-2. Curls in for strike 3. Martinez picks up a backwards K, and that'll bring up Bryce Hayes.
Number 52, Bryce Hayes.
Bryce Hayes 0 for 3 in game 1, game 2, sorry. But game 1 of this 3-game set, 2 home runs. Had a fantastic day at the plate. Gorlox did a fantastic job, though, of kind of stifling his bat earlier today.
You can see all 3 infielders playing on that left side. As he rolls one the other way.
It's just going foul.
And it's worked out for them. All of his balls that have been put in play have been to that left side. Again, the key to worry about him isn't, where he hits it, but how far he hits it.
Yeah, his 2 home runs that he had yesterday, there was no doubt that he was hitting that one out. Like, those things went a long way.
Yeah.
A 1 pitch to Hayes, just outside.
Now, if I had my pick of a condiment on the brat, I think right now I would choose hot honey. I've been getting really into hot honey recently,
Okay.
mainly because McDonald's got it as a new sauce.
And just as we said something about him hitting it into the shift, he hits it down the right field line, and he's going to get extra bases for it.
That's what you do, man. You just got to hit it the other way. It's one thing that's taught for everyone, especially at this level. You got to find ways to hit it the other way, and Bryce doing just that, sending it to his bullpen.
Yeah, and the thing just barely stayed foul. I don't think he could have placed it any better. Just perfectly right there at the line. And now runner in scoring position for Parker Milligan. First pitch to him, he's going to flash the bunt. He's going to get hit, and they're going to say he pulled it back in time. He's going to take first. Milligan was still waiting for his first hit this season. Nonetheless, Panthers now have 2 on for the catcher, Hunter Britz. Britz hit a home run in game 1 today, going 1 for 5. 3 strikeouts as well for him. So 3 true outcomes. I guess in this case, 2 true outcomes. First pitch, big swing and a miss, leaves his feet. was Adrian Beltre-esque swing there from the Panthers catcher. Yeah, one way outside. No pressure from the Gorlock infielders on the base runners. Milligan over at first taking a ginormous lead. The 1-1 in there for a strike. So Armbruster gets set, looking to try and get out of the jam here. The 1-2. Curls in, strike 3. Hunter Britz frozen in place, and Colt Armbruster gets out unscathed here in the top of the second. Greenville does pick up one hit, but the score still sits tied at 0. Here to lead things off in the bottom of the second for the Gorlocks, Dalton Groves. Groves had an incredible series here against the Panthers. A couple of home runs for him. In the last game out of the DH spot, 3 for 5, 2 RBIs.
These 3 straight games, recording 3 hits. He's bat is on a hot streak right now. A chance to take home SLIAC honors, especially if he caps off this series with another great game.
Count quickly now 2-0 after the pitch clock violation from Bowser. Good count here for Groves. Try and do something. Here's the pitch. Swung right back to Bowser. A great snag. Underhand toss over to first. And a scary way to get the first out of the inning, but nonetheless, it's an out. Seen a few hits this series that have come right back up the middle towards these Panther pitchers. Some have been caught, some have trickled into the outfield. And now Ryan Hart's stepping up for his first at-bat of Game 2 today. First pitch just missing. Hart's 1 for 4, 2 RBIs, though, in Game 1. Oh, 1 from Bowser. Sorry, 1-0. Now 2-0 count to the Gorloks left fielder. Pitch lined right at second base and snagged by Alejandro Martinez for the second out of the inning.
Now batting,
So 2 hard hit balls and 2 outs for the Panthers. Bringing up Matthew Lanier. Lanier's had a great series, especially in yesterday's game. Having his first career hit be his first career home run. Went 3 for 5 in that game. Only had 2 at-bats in game 1 today. Went 0 for 1, but he did also have a walk. Now quickly drawing a 2-0 count. Bowser trying to make quick work of things. Have to battle back against Lanier here. Pitch lined up the middle, and it's going to go into the outfield for a base knock. So Lanier, 100 off the bat, keeps the inning alive for Webster, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Reed Hippis.
now batting, number 19, Reed Hippis.
Hippis 0 for 4 in game 1 today. Has been one of the most consistent bats in this Gorloks lineup all season. Looking to turn the tide in his favor in game 2 today. First pitch lined on the ground right over to second. Throw to Pennington at first, and that will end it. So 101 off the bat of Hippis does not faze the Panthers. They keep things scoreless at 0-0 heading to the top of the third. Back here for the top of the third, Jalen Inlow, the 9-hole hitter for the Panthers, lead things off. Inlow, 1 for 3 in game 1 today, had a walk. Came in to score twice, first pitch. Curls in for a strike. One will find the zone as well. Quickly now, down 0-2. Armbruce has done a good job here in the first time through the Panthers lineup. The 0-2. Did he go? He did! Inlow can't believe it, but Armbruce going to pick up another K.
6 strikeouts through 7 batters for Armbrust.
It's absolutely
incredible.
Ridiculous. Now Armbruce looking to continue things against the leadoff man, Joseph Guzman. First pitch, swing and a miss. Hip is playing in shallow at third, looking potentially for a bunt from the leadoff man. Here's the 0-1. Just missing outside.
He's not through 7 batters. I meant to say outs. But, yeah, he's been lights out on the pitching front. My goodness.
And that's another swing and a miss. Guzman down 1-2. Armbruster looking for K number 7. Here's the kick and the pitch. Just misses outside. I'll tell you, Armbruster, in the few balls that he has thrown, they have been very close pitches. That one fouled back behind home plate. Count still 2-2.
Yeah, he's been throwing a lot of strikes, and Greenville's been swinging on the pitches that aren't in the zone. Trying to stay aggressive at the plate against a guy like Armbruster is your best bet, but so far they have not had much of an answer for him.
Now Guzman works his way into a full count. Here it comes. Swing and lined into the gap in the right center. That's going to fall for a base hit. Theodore will barehand it and throw it in before Guzman thinks about taking 2. Only the second hit of the day for the Panthers. And that brings up Matt Rocco. Hip is still playing in shallow over at third. See if Rocco's going to try and move the runner over with the bunt. First pitch outside.
Did place down a sacrifice in the first game of the doubleheader. Would not be surprised to see another.
Will find the zone. Also wouldn't be surprised if Guzman tries taking off here.
Mm-hmm. This year he's 2 for 4 on stolen base attempts. Seen a few hit and run actions going as well.
Pickoff throw not in time. Got to think that's in the back of Armbruster's mind, having Guzman on first. See if he can catch him flat-footed. Another pickoff throw. Just going to jog back in. One checks his swing. He did go, though. Rocco did everything in his power to try and keep his hands from crossing the plate, but nonetheless down 0-2 now, or sorry, 1-2 in the count now. Another throwback over for Armbruster, not in time.
Call it some petty revenge yesterday. Greenville checked on so many Webster runners. A lot of pickoff attempts.
1-2 charge put into it, but it's going to go out of play.
Colt just returning the favor.
I think there was a at-bat where James Theodore was on first, and they threw over maybe 7 or 8 times trying to get him. 1-2, big swing and a miss. Rocco tries sending it out of the park. Instead, he's sent back to the bench. And that's going to bring up Snyder Pennington.
Number 2, Snyder Pennington.
Pennington, the leader in walks in the SLIAC so far this season. I've seen a little bit of that disciplined eye. One of the few Panthers who, for the first time, to not strike out. So he's going to watch the first pitch in there. Armbrust already up the 50-plus pitches. Only 2 2/3 innings of work. Throw it back over, not in time. Like you said earlier, Kellen, the thing that Greenville has done a very good job of in this series is racking up the pitch count for these Gorlock starters.
Yeah, even if the results aren't there, they're getting those pitchers out early, but in Webster's defense, they've been also knocking out a lot of these Greenville pitchers. I mean, you look over the last 2 games, Gorlocks have only used 2 relief pitchers, Wes Carter in the first and Eli Rampala Matthews in the second. And between game 1 and 2, Greenville has used a total of 10 pitchers.
Oh-2 from Pennington. Runners taken off. Throw down in plenty of time. What a throw from Dalton Groves, and that's going to end it. Greenville has nothing going for him. Game still sits 0-0 heading to the bottom of the third. Here to start things off in the bottom of the third, Talon Hutchings.
Talon has started off 5 innings in all 5 of his at-bats. He has always been the leadoff man, and he's had one heck of a day. You know, last game was his first ever collegiate start. Picked up a few hits, helping the Gorlocks get an 8-6 victory over Greenville.
Yeah, 2 for 4. Also came in to score 2 times. Had a great game. Had a couple good plays in second. Let's see if he can keep contributing here. 1-1 count. Pitch from Bowser. Just misses outside. Two one. Hit on a line, but it's going to go foul and into the Gorlocks bullpen. Two, swing and a miss. So Hutchings down swinging for the first out of this bottom of the third. And that's going to bring up Jonah Taylor.
Number 7.
Taylor making his first start as a Gorlock. Is a senior. Transferred in. getting his first opportunity here as the designated hitter. First pitch swung and a miss.
You typically see Taylor in as a pinch runner. He's got some wheels. See if he can do something with the bat.
0-1, another swing and a miss. Taylor does have a double on the season in his limited at-bats. 0-2, high and inside. Bowser set. Here it comes. Good eye there from Taylor. Now working his way back into things. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Ball's going to get away from Brits. Taylor chugging along down to first, and he's safe. Just barely beating it throw from Brits. He didn't realize that Brits didn't have the ball after he swung and missed. But a good job and good hustle there after the realization to have a runner on here for James Theodore. See Enlow playing a little bit shallow at third, looking potentially at a bunt from Theodore. Taylor's taking off, pitch inside, throw down, way offline. Taylor doesn't know where it is. He thinks about going to third, but it's going to be held up by BK.
It's the second time the middle infielders have deked a runner. We saw it last game with James Theodore, who swiped second. Ball went to the outfield with one of them holding him on basically with his glove. Keeps him just long enough to realize, or to not realize, that the ball's in the outfield, and by then it's way too late.
The 0-1, or the 1-0, pardon me, is going to be outside. My dyslexia is starting to kick in. I'm swapping the ones and the O's. 2-0 pitch. Finally finds the zone.
Theodore's been hitting the ball hard today.
I mentioned earlier about those drives up the middle. He had one of them in game one, as that's going to get away from Brits. Taylor's taken off. Throw down is offline. And now the Gorlocks have the runner just 90 feet away. And Theodore himself, a speedy guy, has a 3-1 count.
Just got to put something in play.
Anything in the outfield will likely score Taylor. Here it is, line drive up the middle, and that will be the first run of the ball game. Just as we mentioned.
That's the James Theodore special.
That sure is. Teddy gets on, drives in the first run of the game, bringing up Braden Trissel. Normally with a runner on first, especially Theodore and Trissel up to bat, you see the third baseman playing in like a lot. But Enlow's almost at normal depth, and it's going to be a little hit and run. Guzman, throw, misses. Makes a great play at short, tags second to get Theodore out, but the throw over was offline, and the base umpire is going to say that he is safe at first. And Coach Carlson trying to plead his case, and now the umpires will have a discussion here. Got to be ruled safe still. Greenville's bench not too happy about that one.
And they definitely had a good view of it. They were sitting court side to that tag. That's a big missed opportunity.
Really is. Still got one out, though. And Trissel at first. Always still the potential for a double play. As Bowser's going to throw over, trying to keep him as close to first as possible. Another throw over. See what the plan is here for the Gorlocks. Going to try and send Trissel. Maybe do a hit and run with him and Mosier. Fake takeoff there from Trissel, trying to potentially throw off the mojo of Bowser. Long pause, finally throws back to first. Like you mentioned earlier, Kellen, lots and lots of pickoffs from these Greenville pitchers, trying to keep the Webster runners at bay as best as they can. 0-1, taken off, smashed out towards center. It's deep, but it's going to be caught, and that will end the inning. Mosier almost gets it over the fence, but the Gorlocks finally put the first run of the game up on the board. They lead 1-0. Going back live in 3, 2, 1. Snyder Pennington will be the leadoff man for the Panthers here in the top of the fourth. Cole Armbruster back on the bump, looking to do some more damage. The 7 strikeouts today, only giving up 2 hits. A little bit of a pitcher's duel so far here in game 2.
Yeah, and it's not really one that you would expect either. How the Gorlocks have been scoring. You know, it's really surprised that this game has been held to just a one-run game, 1-0, going into the fourth. Hey, we're here for it.
I mean, we had a late start time today, and the first 3 innings of this one have absolutely flown by.
Mm-hmm.
Only being about 40 minutes in length. As Pennington's worked his way into a 3-1 count. Pitch from Armbruster. Smashed into right field. Mosier ranges back, looks up, and it's gone. Snyder Pennington ties things up for the Panthers, his second of the year. Score now 1-1.
Now batting, number 7, Landon Smith.
Big fly from the first baseman, bringing up Landon Smith. That one lined into right center. Mosier going to play it on a hop. And back-to-back pitches, back-to-back hits for the Panthers. Landon Smith, after having an 0-for in game 1, gets on here. And Alejandro Martinez up. Martinez, one of the 6 batters that struck out against Armbruster in his first trip up to the plate. Good lead off first from Smith. 0-1, he's taken off. Throw down, Groves is going to hit Smith. And honestly, it was lucky there. Smith prevented that one from going into center field and allowing the Panthers to get an extra 90 feet of bases. Martinez has a runner in scoring position, nobody out. A great chance here for Greenville to take the lead. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Drop, though, by Groves. Throw over to Lanier in time. Armbruster up to 8 Ks here in just 3 1/3 innings of work.
Now batting, number 52, Bryce Hayes.
Bryce Hayes for his second trip to the plate today. Or I should say in game 2 today. Had a hit in his first at-bat. Looking to replicate that here with a runner in scoring position. First pitch from Armbruster. Chopped right back to him. Armbruster looks the runner back to second, but throws over to Lanier in time. Good heads-up play there from the Gorlock pitcher. Keeping the runner at second, not letting him get any further. Now 2 down for Parker Milligan.
Yeah, that's good. Really good awareness by Colt. I mean, not only is he having to check on that runner at second while getting a comebacker right at him, but he's also on uneven ground. Was on the mound that entire time. Was still able to get the throw to first in time, keep the runner over at second. Really good job by Colt. My goodness. They make it look so easy on the mound, but it's everything I've heard from pitchers is that when they get the ball, when it's right at them, not when it's a roller, when it's right at them, they panic. They don't know what to do. They're frozen. But Colt keeping it cool and collected. Great work.
Cool as a cucumber there from Armbruster. Now quickly an 0-2 count to Parker Milligan, who's still looking for his first hit of the season. If he got it here, it'd be great for him, giving the Panthers a lead potentially. Down 0-2. Armbruster checks the runner. Pitch in there, strike 3. Groves going to make the throw to first, and that's 9 Ks for Colt Armbruster here through 4. Greenville does tie things up. Headed to the bottom of the 4th. Score 1-1. Dalton Groves will lead things off for the Gorlocks here in the bottom of the fourth. Bowser has regained a little bit of cushion, only giving up one run himself. Now game back on an even playing field. Groves looking to turn things around here for the Gorlocks as he's going to watch that one in for the second strike of his at-bat. The 0-2 from Bowser. Hit hard, but foul. Groves lines that one into center, but only having to make a few steps in for Landon Smith. Be the first out of the inning.
Now batting, number 27, Ryan Hartz.
That'll bring up Ryan Hartz for his second at-bat of Game 2 today. First pitch to him, misses inside. One zero also missing. Now we talked a lot about how Greenville's done a good job of getting pitch counts up against Webster. Webster's done a pretty good job too.
Oh, certainly. I mean, but it goes without saying when you're just looking at how many relief pitchers are coming in for Greenville compared to Webster.
Yeah, Greenville's doing a lot more switching out and trying to keep as many arms as well rested as possible, trying to use everyone in their bullpen. The 2-1 to Hearts inside, having to lock his knees to avoid that one.
There'll be a few days rest in between, but both teams also have another game on Tuesday. Greenville playing Eureka.
3-1, skied behind home plate.
And they'll have another away series before finally going back home to play Principia. For Webster, this is one of the last games before a long road trip where they'll face MUW and Westman.
Full count pitch to Hearts. In there, strike 3. Bowser did a good job putting that low and outside, inside the strike zone.
Number 22,
Got to bring up the Gorlock first baseman, Matthew Lanier.
You know the Owls and the Jays are going to be looking for some revenge against these Gorlocks. Both of them eliminated by Webster in the SLIAC tournament last year in their sweep trip to the regionals.
First pitch to Lanier inside for a strike.
The Owls actually pulled off an upset against Spalding, and Spalding had so many incredible hitters last year. I mean, it was truly a sight to behold. Ethan Tuttle leading the show. He was named Hitter of the Year for SLIAC. But now they lost a lot of those bats. See how they do this season.
Lanier's going to hit a sharp ground ball over to Pennington. He'll take it to the bag himself, and that'll end things here for the bottom of the fourth. Nothing going for Webster. Score till tied, 1-1. Here to kick things off for Greenville in the top of the fifth, it's Hunter Britz. I have a conference between Coach Carlson and the umpires. See what it might be about. What it is, we may never know. But nonetheless, Hunter Britz, up for his second at-bat of this game, struck out in his first one. Checking his swing, did he go? He did. Armbrust currently tying his career record of 9 strikeouts in a game. One more with plenty of opportunities to go to get that 10th. Quickly has Britz in an 0-2 count. Here's the 0-2. High and inside. Armbrust looks in, kicking the pitch. Breaking ball just outside. Now 2-2, Britz with a weak swing. He's going to go around, throw down in time, and that's number 10 for Armbrust. So Colt Armbrust already with a new career high in strikeouts. Just 4 1/3 innings of work. Been a fantastic game for him. Jalen Enlow looking to get his second at-bat here as he's going to put a charge into one out towards the left field, ranging in Hartz. He's going to drop it! Trissel and Hartz were both heading towards that. And maybe potentially a little bit of miscommunication, and it pops right out of Hartz's glove. He ruled an E7.
Joseph Guzman.
And the leadoff man for the Panthers, Joseph Guzman, comes back for his third at-bat. Look to potentially see if Enlow's going to try and head to second. First pitch in there for a strike. A 1 inside, but it does find that inside part of the plate quickly now. 0-2 count to Guzman. Armbrust checking over at Enlow. The 0-2 pitch. And there's strike 3. No chance there for Guzman to react. K number 11
Number 8,
for Colt.
Rocco.
Bringing up Matt Rocco. Rocco 0 for 2. 2 strikeouts for him. First pitch. Breaking ball just misses. Pickoff throw. Having to kind of scratch and claw his way back is Enlow. We'll be back in time. 1-0 inside, just misses the zone. That one skied just behind home plate. Groves looking to make the catch, and he does. And that'll end things here in the top of the 5th. Greenville puts up another 0 spot. Heading into the bottom of the 5th. Score still tied 1-1. Here leading things off for the Gorlocks in the bottom of the 5th, Reed Hippis. Both starters for the Panthers and the Gorlocks still going strong, though there is a little bit of action going on for Greenville in their bullpen. A hit on a line out towards the left center field gap. Could be extra bases for Hippis. Rounds first, heads to second. Throw's going to come in, but not before Reed Hippis lead things off in the bottom of the 5th with a 100-mile-an-hour double.
Now batting, number 0, Talon Hutchings.
Talon Hutchings, the first at-bat we've seen in a while where he hasn't been leading off the inning. Now has a chance with runners in score, with a runner in scoring position. Struck out in his first at-bat today. First pitch to him. He's going to flash bunt, put one down. It's beautifully placed. Bowser, throw to first. It's going to get away. Hippis is going to come in to score. Hutchings heads to second, and the Gorlocks have reclaimed the lead. It's now 2-1.
Yeah, it looked like second baseman Martinez, who was coming over to cover the bag, not only was he late, but he slipped on first base and had no idea about his bearings, and the ball just going all the way out to the Panthers bullpen, allowing Hutchins to take second. And that's how it's done. The Gorlocks, bunt-heavy team.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of speed that the Gorlocks have on this roster, can't help but to place down a few well-timed bunts. And saying well-timed is an understatement there. A great bunt from Hutchings. Ends up getting 2 bags from it.
There's a lot of talking heads out there that will say bunting is easy. It is not easy.
It's
not. Very hard, and it's a skill one has to acquire. And what's so cool is that all of these Gorlocks know how to bunt, and I think that's one thing that Coach BK emphasizes a bunch is make sure you get that bunt down. It's in a good spot, and That's been one of the keys to just manufacturing runs, because anything can happen in a bunt. You saw it right there.
Exactly.
Anything can happen. And the worst case scenario, you place down a good one, guess what? You still move over the runner if you're out at first.
Jonah Taylor up for his second at bat today. Time called as a ball is going to end up behind home plate from the Greenville bullpen. Enlow playing very shallow. Looking to try and prevent another bunt. First pitch to Taylor. He's flashing it. He's going to drop one down, and it's another great place bunt. The throw from Enlow, not in time, and it's going to get away. A little bit of deja vu, as that was an almost identical play to the last at-bat, if not exactly identical.
Come on, James. Let's see it. What do you got?
I think the only difference there, it wasn't Bowser that fielded the ball originally. It was Enlow. The throw to first, Martinez was there, but it looked like he slipped once again on first base. Ends up going into the bullpen, and now Taylor on second with James Theodore up to the plate.
I mean, this is a real test of the Panthers' infield right now. They know exactly what's coming.
That one just going to spin foul. I mean, you got to keep trying it until it doesn't work anymore. They're going to keep throwing it wild, keep giving you extra bases. You're going to take them every time.
The last 3 bunt attempts have been by 3 of the fastest players in the lineup. Just a scary part of the lineup, that 8-9-1. You wouldn't really think it, but they are dangerous.
Going to take off, throw down the third, not in time. So Taylor only 9 feet away now. That's going to put even more pressure on the Panthers. Now Enlow's going to be forced to try and hold Taylor as close to third as possible. Could give more room for Theodore.
It's a 2-strike count, but he's playing with house money now. The runner's already been moved over.
Here it is. Swing and a miss. I was going to say, if there's one person on this team that I trust to try and bunt in an 0-2 count, it would be James Theodore. And then right behind him would be the next man up, Braden Trissel.
Mm-hmm.
Trissel 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. And Lowe now will creep in just a little bit further, now that it is not a 2-strike count. First pitch. Big hack from Trissel, but the ball's going to head behind us and foul.
Yeah, this is not your situation you want to be in. 1 out, man on third. Trissel can hit it far and bunt it short. You don't know what he's going to do next.
The 0-1. Suicide squeeze. Runner's going to be safe at home. The flip just barely in time to Trissel. That's a weak flip there from Bowser over to first. Trissel almost got there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very close. It's bunt central for the Gorlocks. My goodness.
And, I mean, it's worked. All 3 runs in this inning have come off of a bunt somehow, some way. Adam Mosier now. Not as much pressure on him. Nobody on, 2 outs. First pitch is going to be fouled off. Wonder if we were going to see there's somebody on, see a Mosier bunt. Big gap up the middle. The 0-1. Behind the head of Mosier. Bowser loses his grip. Mosier just able to get out of the way. The 1-1 does hit him. Mosier with an aggressive bat flip.
Now batting, number 13.
And that brings up Dalton Groves. Panthers have a lefty warming up in their bullpen. Pickoff attempt, not in time. Groves over 2 so far right now. And time called by the home plate umpire. Now back into it. Hauser with a long pause. Has not moved for about 10 seconds on the mound. Finally tries to pick off Mosier at first, but is unsuccessful. Looked like he was doing the mannequin challenge on the mound. Finally, Mosier takes off. Throw down from Britz is not in time.
Britz and the Panthers have had no answer for these Gorlock's base runners all series. They've been taking so many extra bases.
One-0 pitch to Groves. Hit out towards center field. And it's going to be caught. So that will end things here as Landon Smith able to make the grab, but not before the Gorlocks put up 3 runs. It's 4-1 Webster. Here to start the top of the 6-4 Greenville, Snyder Pennington. And he's going to put a charge into that one. Right field, Mosier slows down at the warning track and makes the grab. Pennington almost a few feet away from his second home run of the night. Instead, it's a quick first out. Colt Armbruster still on the mound for Webster. 4 hits, only 1 earned run, and with 11 strikeouts and 0 walks.
Mosier's been using his wingspan and just height in general in right. There's been a few that would have been over the heads of someone as tall as me, but it's been making some nice grabs.
And Speaking of tall outfielders, Ryan Hart's going to be able to make the grab there. So a quick 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. And Alejandro Martinez step up and try and extend the inning for the Panthers. He's over 2 strikeouts. First pitch in there. Martinez is an amazing hitter. Just has a problem with strikeouts, and we've seen that one, especially in this series here against Webster. The 1-1, big swing and a miss.
Alejandro wins the award for brightest bat of the day. Neon lime or almost yellow.
The 1-2 just barely gets a piece of it. Martinez trying to not make it 3 strikeouts and 3 at-bats in this one. Armbruster looking to make it a 1-2-3 inning. Here's the pitch. That ball low.
My favorite bat of the year so far either has to be the candy corn bat or the pencil bat. I believe both were on MSOE Milwaukee.
Ground ball hit over to Trissel at short. Good throw and a good scoop from Lanier. What an amazing pick to end the inning. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Colt Armbruster. Score still sits 4-1 Webster. Bottom of the 6th, starting off with Ryan Hartz. Hartz 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Bowser still in, despite there being some action in the Panthers bullpen for a couple innings now.
I mean, really, most of these hits have not been his fault. There's just been some beautifully placed bunts and some errors on the infield that have really been the difference maker.
I think the only hit that I can really remember was that line drive up the middle by Theodore earlier in the game. Quickly an 0-2 count to Hartz, the pitch. Swings and is going to get a piece of it. Bowser gets set once more. The 0-2. That's going to be high.
There's been a lot of errors in this series. Greenville has committed 7. Webster's not without their faults as well. They're at 6.
That one foul tipped. So Hart staying alive here. 1-2 count. Bowser up to 70 pitches. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Bowser gets strikeout number 6 on the day. That'll bring up Matthew Lanier.
Now batting, number 22, Matthew Lanier.
Lanier's had a great series here against Greenville. Has brought his season batting average up to 200. Of course, getting his first hit and his first home run yesterday. First pitch going to miss. One 1-0 pitch. Inside.
And I talked about this last game, but I really think something changed in Lanier after having that excellent performance in Game 1. Went 3 for 5 with that homer over that right field wall. I mean, really, I think it did something. It gave him that confidence after starting the season with going 0 for 14. But now here he's clearly finding his groove.
Big swing there from Lanier. It's quickly now a 2-2 count.
And it's good on Coach BK, too, recognizing what he's already done in the lineup to give him that opportunity to start once more against their first conference opponent. You know, this is a big series, that first game, a really big one. You want your best bats behind Greifeld. And Lanier showed up big time.
He did. Now a full count to him. Hit on the ground out towards second. Good play and a throw over from Martinez in time. That brings up Reed Hippis, looking to try and extend this bottom of the 6th for Webster. Bowser creeping up to 80 pitches. Pitch number 79 is chopped out towards short. A high bounce, but a good play by Guzman, and a throw over to Pennington in time. So nothing going for the Gorlocks here in the bottom of the 6th. They still lead 4-1. Here to kick things off for the Panthers in the top of the 7th. It's going to be Bryce Hayes. First pitch in there for a strike. Still seeing the shift we've seen all weekend with 3 infielders on the left side. That one smacked out towards left, ranging back, and making the grab is Ryan Hartz. So Hartz able to track things down, and a quick first out. It's going to bring up Parker Milligan. Finally seeing just a little bit of action in Webster's bullpen. First pitch just missing outside. The 1-0. Skied high towards the Gorlock bullpen. Ranging over. Hippis makes the catch. Hippis didn't believe he made it. Then looked down at his glove right at the netting. What a great job by him to track it down.
Yeah, it was a snow cone grab right up against the wall. He's made some nice plays over at the hot corner. That one not as hot, but certainly a tough grab to make and still made it look easy.
It's beautiful there. Now, quickly 2 outs for the Panthers. Starting to lose some valuable outs. Still down by 3. The 1-0. And it's going to hit him. So Britz is going to take one center mass of his back. That brings up Jaden Illo. Inlow 0 for 2 with a strikeout. First pitch to him. Hot shot over to Hippis. Throw over Lanier in time. So Colt Armbrust, 93 pitches, 4 hits on 1 earned run, 11 strikeouts and no walks. If that's it for him, it's been a masterful performance. We're heading to the 7th inning stretch. Gorlock still up 4-1. Talon Hutchings will be the man to start things off for the Gorlocks in the bottom of the 7th. He's 1 for 2 with a strikeout today. J.D. Bowser still on the mound for Greenville. First pitch is going to get a swing from Hutchings.
It's Hutchings' 6th time leading off an inning. Today's doubleheaders.
Yeah, his last at-bat, he didn't lead off. That was the first time I've noticed, at least today.
It was his first time today that's happened. Not in just this game, but both games.
Now he's quickly down 0-2 in the count. Here's the pitch. Way outside. It's funny how things work sometimes in the game of baseball. Hutchings pops one up into foul territory. Pennington ranges in and makes the play. That's going to bring up the 9-hole hitter, Jonah Taylor.
Jonah Taylor.
Taylor, one of the many Gorlax hitters that were able to hit essentially a bunt double in their last at-bat. First pitch to him, takes a big hack. The 0-1 from Bowser. Slapped out towards shortstop. Good glove ranging in. And the throw's going to beat him by about a step.
Now batting.
James Theodore will be the next batter up for Webster. Talking about bats earlier. Taking a look at his bat. He's got a pink bat.
Mm-hmm.
First pitch of him hit down the line, but it's going to head into Greenville's bullpen. It almost smoked someone. Just barely missed one of the relievers in the corner there. The 0-1 pitch. That's a base hit for Theodore. Just able to sneak it in between Guzman and Enlow over on the left side of the infield. And he's going to extend the inning for the Gorlocks, bringing up Braden Trissel.
That ball was inside. He turned so fast. Got it 99 off the bat. Just an incredible piece of hitting.
Stole the words right out of my mouth, Kellen. And now Speedy Man on first. Look to see. He's going to try and get in the scoring position for Trissel. First
Everyone
pitch.
knows.
Fakes. Throw down the first. Going to be offline.
Everyone knows what's about to happen. I mean, there's not a single person in this ballpark that doesn't know.
The 1-0. Teddy takes off. Hit out towards center field, ranging in. And a diving catch. A great play by Landon Smith to end the inning. So 0 spot for the Gorlocks here in the bottom of the 7th. Score still sits 4-1. New pitcher on the mound for the Gorlocks here to start off things in the 8th, Wes Carter. Carter has been a staple here to start the year, coming into these games late. 1-0 pitch just finds the outside part of the plate.
Yeah, Wes came in for relief yesterday after there was a bit of a jam on the paths. He was able to escape and was probably going to pitch, a few more innings, expected to pitch a few more innings, but the Gorlocks put up a 7 spot, and Trissel walked it off. So he's warm and ready to go these final 2.
Another one fouled off. Guzman fighting to stay alive.
Yeah, but BK has turned to Wes quite a bit. And it's no wonder why, through 10 2/3, has given up just 2 runs.
1-2 just misses outside. Very close play there. Carter's set. Now the pitch. Hit on the ground out towards Trissel at short. Throw will be plenty in time to get Guzman for the first out.
Now batting, number 8, Matt Rocco.
There's one thing you know about Wes Carter. If you know him personally, he's a Vanderbilt fan. So I've been trying to keep an eye out on this Vanderbilt score. Currently, 3:47 left to go in the second half. They're up by 3 against Nebraska. Wes sees this. He knows that I'm looking out for him now.
Yeah. He'll definitely be watching back. He'll thank you for it.
The 0-1 pitch to Matt Rocco. Line drive just past Hippis at third. Hippis didn't have enough time to try and react to make a play there. And Rocco reaches safely.
Number 2, Snyder Pennington.
So Greenville showing a little bit of life here late in this one. Snyder Pennington up to the plate. He had a homer earlier in the game. The only run for Greenville. First pitch. It's going to bounce off of Groves a couple of times. Rocco's going to reach second safely. Took a couple weird bounces there. First it looked like it hit off one of his knees, bounced straight up. And then it hit what looked to be his shoulder and started rolling away from him.
It's an entertaining juggling act, that's for sure.
One-0 from Carter. Chopped. Middle of the infield. Great play. Trissel throw over in time. Trissel had to get a move on to try and make a play. He's able to get in front of Talon Hutchings there. And had the momentum taking him over towards first. And gets the throw in time. Now Landon Smith, potentially the last hope for the Panthers here in the 8th. First pitch to him. Bouncing in front of Groves. A good job keeping in front of him.
I mean, that's back-to-back plays that Trissel has made look easy and look simple. The first one, not sure if you noticed, it took a weird bounce. He had to almost scoop it up near his belly to get the grab and then throw it to first. And obviously, second one looked a bit tougher, had to range across his body just to get the ball from going to the outfield. Made a fantastic throw to first on line. He's made it easy on Lanier over there as well, going right to his chest.
Coming into this season, we knew we were losing Carl Peters over at short, and Braden Trissel has done a fantastic job of filling in those shoes, and those are big shoes to fill.
Yeah, so many of these freshmen. I mean, it's ridiculous the churn in the, just the entire lineup really. Coach BK coming into this season a lot different than the last obviously you're going to lose seniors every year, but since I've been here, just behind that 2023 year where they lost the guys that had been here for 7 years, 6, it's just it's a crazy amount of talent that we lost to seniority, but he's made it work. He's made it work.
Carter has Landon Smith at a 1-2 count. The kick in the pitch. And there's strike 3. Wes Carter shuts the door on the Panthers. And now Greenville's down to their final 3 outs. Try to get back in this one. Gorlock's lead 4-1. Here to start things off in the bottom of the 8th for Webster, Adam Mosier. J.D. Bowser still on the mound for Greenville. About to be pitch number 89 of his night, and that one's going to be inside. Greenville's had arms warming up in their bullpen for multiple innings. I believe since the Gorlocks put up a 3 spot in the 5th. Not a whole lot of action done after the depleted bullpen that Greenville's accrued over this weekend. You can see why they're keeping Bowser out there. The 1-0 pitch to Mosier. Inside on him. Mosier started heading over to first. The ump ruled that it did not hit him, and he won't have much of an argument for it. Now the 2-0 going to be outside. So quickly a 3-0 count for Mosier.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Greenville's going to do on Tuesday. They're playing the Red Devils. Not sure if they're going to the bullpen. It's kind of an awkward timing spot, especially when they have another series to play next weekend.
Yeah, there's no rest for the weary, is the saying. And Greenville's bullpen has been practically dried up at this point. Mosier's going to foul that one off.
I mean, I imagine they have more arms, but I think the reason they're keeping in Bowser this long, I mean, first of all, he's done an excellent job today. He's done very well. But not going to relief during that 3 spot or even later, I think it's because of the arms.
Slow ground ball, and unable to make the play is Martinez. Rule that a hit for Mosier. Bringing up Dalton Groves. So now, got to watch the infield of Greenville here. In low, playing super far in on the infield grass. See if Groves is going to flash bunt here. Pickoff attempt, no good. Another pickoff attempt. Not in time.
My best guess is that they bring back Cade Bunim-Kemper, who came in for relief in Game 1 of this series. This season, he's played in 7 games, started 4 of them. In fact, he has the most innings pitched of anyone on the team.
Groves finally sees his first pitch of the at-bat after a few pickoff attempts trying to get Mosier, and it's in for a strike. And yet another throw back to first. Bowser and Pennington playing catch in the middle of a baseball game. The 0-1. Groves going to foul tip that one. Another pickoff attempt. Mosier back in time once more.
You know, this game has felt like it's been all Gorlocks, but you look at the score, just a 3-run ball game. Webster's still in the save situation heading into the 9th. They love some insurance.
Mosier will take off. Groves is going to put this one into the gap. Groves is going to head to second. Mosier heading in. The throw to try and get Groves at second is going to be dropped by Guzman, and Mosier scores, so Webster extending their lead. It is now 5-1 Gorlocks.
Another aggressive send. Works out so well for the Gorlocks. Mosier held up at second, waiting for the ball to drop.
And
Would have had third, but he took home. Coach BK at third, clearly no one to wave him around since they were trying to get Groves at second. I think even if they got Groves, or at least that ball was caught, he still would have been home by a mile.
100%. He was absolutely flying around those base paths. And that will be the end of the day for J.D. Bowser. 97 pitches, giving up 5 earned runs off 8 hits, 6 strikeouts. And we will be right back after this pitching change. Year after the pitching change for Greenville, Cade Buenenkemper going to be the new arm on the mound for the Panthers. Going to be flashing bunt as Ryan Hart's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts today. We're just talking about who Greenville might potentially have starting for them on Tuesday. And the name that was brought up was Cade Buenenkemper, but he's coming in late into this one. Another flash bunt from Hart's can be called a strike.
And if the score stays this way, it's only going to be 1 inning for Buenenkemper, so there's still a good chance that he could pitch on Tuesday. But outside of the 4 we mentioned, there's only been 1 other start for the pitching staff outside of Bowser, Hope, Buenenkemper, and Cody.
One Hearts. Gonna put it right down in front of Buenenkemper. The throw to first. It is just barely in time to get Hearts. Martinez covering first on that one. And a great job to kind of catch it as it hits the ground. Gonna beat Hearts by about half a step. And Matthew Lanier gets another trip to the plate. Whole infield in. First pitch misses low. The 1-0 curls in for a strike. That one looked like it was right down the middle of the plate there. Lanier showed no intentions of trying to bunt. Infield still playing in pretty shallow. Now 1-2 count. We've seen Lanier hit a bunch of hard hit balls. Infield needs to be on their toes. The 1-2 just misses the zone low. A great look there from Lanier. Two-two Lanier is going to be frozen. A great pitch location there from Buenenkemper. Now 2 down for Reed Hippus.
Now batting, number 19, Reed Hippus.
Hippus looking to try and bring in Groves just 90 feet away. Had another run of insurance on before we head to the 9th. First pitch going to be called ball 1. Buenenkemper set. Here's the pitch. Outside. Two-0 to Hippus. Chopped on the ground out towards third. In low. Throw over in time. So that will do it for the Gorlocks here in the bottom of the 8th. Greenville only has 3 more outs to go, and they trail by 4. Last chance now for the Panthers. Alejandro Martinez will be the first batter. Wes Carter still on the mound for Webster. First pitch in there for a strike. The 0-1 curves. It was a great pitch there from Carter. Just barely misses the zone. Greenville bench, or at least one guy on the Greenville bench, still being very vocal, even with being 10:22 p.m. here in Sauget. The 1-2 from Carter. And there's strike 3. Martinez can't believe it. Says a couple words to the umpire as he walks back to the dugout. And that brings up Bryce Hayes.
Bryce Hayes.
Still see that shift on Hayes. First pitch bends into the zone beautifully. The 0-1. Also in. Carter quickly. An 0-2 count to Hayes. Here's the pitch. In there! Strike 3. Another backwards K for Carter. And the Panthers are just 1 out away. Got a new player in for Greenville, a pinch hitter, Hudson Allstat, coming in and is now the final hope for the Panthers. First pitch to him, misses inside. Leno finds the outside part of the plate. BK shifting Hearts a little bit more towards the foul line. 1-1 outside and low. 87 on the gun there from Carter. 1-1 hot shot. Gonna head foul. And a good job blocking there. I believe that's Noah Jensen over in the Gorlock bullpen. Now Panthers down to their final strike. The 2-2 from Carter. Missing inside. Hunter Britz is on deck for Greenville if Allstat's able to reach base. Now a full count pitch. Strike 3! Wes Carter back to back to back. Backwards K's to end this one. And Webster completes the sweep of the series here against Greenville. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Gorlock Sports Network. My name's Matt Rumping.
My name's Kellen Fermanak.
And we will see you Tuesday.
Fans, thanks for attending tonight's game. Gorlock will be back.